Okay, I'm outside, so I might get some wind noise. I am going to try to make a Carpenter Bee Trap. I've seen them on YouTube and wanted to check it out for myself. So I've got a couple of Coke bottles, clear. I've got a couple of 4x4 blocks and two wood drill bits, a 1-inch and a 1/2 inch. Of course, I got my drill and I got a little marker. So the object of this is to drill down inside, not quite all the way, but drill down inside of that block about that far from the bottom. The Coke bottle is going to sit into that. And then you're going to drill at a 45-degree angle another one up the side, smaller size. And the theory is that the bees travel up this small one, get into the larger one, when they see the light, they crawl back out and they get stuck in a bottle and they can't find their way out. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do right there. Alright, I'm sorry I can't hold the camera at the same time I do this, but you can see I put a little black magic marker around the drill so I knew how long to go. And then of course this thing spun around on me, so I had to prop it in between my feet to drill it out just like that. Okay, so I got both of my holes drilled, and real simple. Let me just show you how deep I've got them. Of course, it's the bigger hole. It's the 1 inch. You see I went up in there about that far. There we go. Sorry, couldn't see it in the camera. And the thing is about the 1 inch hole is it is the perfect size to screw in this Coke bottle. Now I'll have to work on it, but it'll screw up inside there to hold into place. There we go. So now that'll hold into place. So now you have an idea what the trap's going to look like. Now the only thing I have to do is drill that 45-degree up the side, and I'm done. And maybe some holes to put some screws in and mount it. Well, now that I've drilled the first hole, this was the 1/2 inch hole in the side, and I drilled it up at a 45. You look way down in there, you can probably see it coming out. That hole looks a little large to me for those carpenter bees. So I decided on the second one to make it a little smaller. So I actually made this one a 3/8 inch, and that looks to be a better size for those bees. So I'm going to hang them both up and see what happens. Look up inside there and see where it comes out. I'm going to hang them both up and see what happens, see which one's a better trap. So I'll let you know when we're finished. So I needed to figure out a way to mount these to the deck. So what I got is some long screws. These screws aren't quite long enough to go through the block. So what I ended up doing was making a little mark. I want them to extrude out about at least a 1/2 inch to get into the deck. And I first drilled a small hole with this drill. Couldn't get quite all the way through, but enough. And then I went back with a larger drill and open up the top, so that as I screw that in now, get it all the way into the deck, this screw will go down, this head will go all the way down. Oop, can't even see it. There we go. So this hole's a little bigger now, so as I screw that in, that screw head will go down and recess in there about as far as that mark is anyway, and then it'll hold it to the deck. Okay, let's see if I can show you what I'm contending with every time I walk up my deck. You see him right there? He's the guard bee. He guards the stairs of my deck. You can't even come up on the deck without him staring you down. The funny thing is if you kill him, another one will come back and replace him as the guard bee. And so on and so on. One day I killed 11 of them out here, and they kept coming back. So what I've decided to do is hang one back here on the back of my gazebo, kind of on the back, so I get that screwed up in there. Oh boy. Okay, I might not be able to do this one-handed, but I did install the other one, and I put it over here, another hot area. It seems like the hot areas of the deck they really migrate to too. So you can see I hit another one over here. So we will have to see how that goes. Alright, I'll check back later. Okay, I went and got that one mounted up there. I just had to hold it with 2 hands. Screw it in good. And that one's ready to go, so I hope I catch a bunch in there.